Assalamu alaikum. We're talking about grief. I've gone on so many journey. I lost my dad at a very young age, very young age. I remember when I lost my dad, I felt as if I'm living in a house and the four walls are gone, the roof is gone, and I'm exposed. The next, like in a month, I was in school, and my school fees was due, and I didn't know where to go to, who to ask. I've never been called in the principal or boss's office to ask about, where's your school fee? You have not paid your school fees. You are behind. So the next thing I said, they should go to the graveyard. The person that is paying my school fees is dead. No, honestly, because I don't know. I don't know. That was one. And I went through, it's the first, when they said, first cut is the deepest and the most hurtful. That first one was the first. And I still have the pain up to date. It doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. After some time, I grew up at the age of 17, 18, I was married. Before you know it, again, it happened. I lost a husband, very young. And then people now will come into your life trying to tell you how to grieve. You can't laugh. You don't smile. Your husband is dead. You're talking. They will control you. You will not bath for several days because that's what is expected in those days. You don't bath till Fridays. You don't talk. They will give you all sorts of amulets to fix in your head so that the guy will not come back and ask you to follow him. And truly, sometimes, this thing works. I said, why would somebody that I've been married to, and they said I shouldn't dream of him, I removed everything and kept it at one side. The next thing, I saw him. He was coming. Move, let's move.
Psychologically.
It wasn't psychological.
No, it was because they have been telling you this and you have buried it inside you.
This is another level.
Okay.
After that, growing up a little bit, lost a senior sister. I thought if you lose a sibling, you don't feel the pain. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes your sibling will hurt you, you fight. So if she dies, may God forgive her. Allah ijikanta. No. It's very painful. After her, we lost a senior brother, our first one. I felt as if they were taking a part of me. Very painful. And I didn't know it was that painful. I could remember, I sat with my mother. I was talking to grandma. I said, yeah, haka abin yake da ciwo? She now said, you, ke kanwar shi ce. What of me? Imagine me, da ni na haife shi. One time again, we were traveling. They called us, my senior brother who lives in Kano, he was sick. We were traveling to London with my mom, and we didn't want to miss the trip. The day they took him to hospital, we rushed to Lagos. We didn't tell her because she would abort the trip. We entered the flight. I think somebody called me, he said, yeah, Abakar is dead. I kept quiet because I was going to London. I kept quiet. I didn't know how to, and she observed something was wrong. She observed something. I had another cousin with me, Kaltibi. She said, what do we do? I said, don't talk. We got to London. We met our senior sister who is based there. She said, thank God you brought her because she was sick. We had to take her there. But did you tell her? We said, no. So we spent 3 months with her. She didn't know. And nobody is allowed to grieve or show any sign of grief. You can't cry.
She will never forgive you people.
Yes. And up to date, I still live with that too.
Guilt. That's the betrayal you're talking about now.
So one number.
Yeah, you're talking about betrayal.
Yeah. And we came back. She has, up to the point, up to her last date, the day she left, she has never forgiven us for that. So she remember.
It's back to betrayal.
Yeah, it's not betrayal. We protected her.
How are you people betraying
She was sick.
Yeah,
well, she will have payment in that process because they talk. And then we are back again, and then this one, it graduated. Yeah, this level of dying graduated. We started losing our moms. This one was our matriarch, our support base. She was everything to us. We saw her, she was leaving, there was nothing we could do. We did everything, to make sure that this woman doesn't go. I was even holding her leg, praying that I know if you pray on this, that somebody doesn't die on that day. And the doctor came and confirmed that this woman, and then I was asking myself, what about doing that? And then I remember in those days, again, those same aunties that used to tell you how to grieve, they came back. Don't cry, don't this. Look, when it happens, if you want to cry, please cry. At that point, but after that crying, you can, yes, but cry. Release all the pain, the tension, and I still say it up to date that the pains never go away. The pain never goes away. Yes, and I'm up to date. I'm still living with fear. Every time I go to bed, I'm thankful that, thank God, those I love are still alive. And if I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is to pray for longevities, pray for their long life, their good health, because my heart is too fragile. I cannot stand anymore. I've taken so much. I lost my mother. I left her today, came to Abuja. Before you know it, she was gone. And up to date, I've not forgiven myself for leaving her. Because I wish I did everything. I know she was dying. I bought the company, everything. I was prepared. And that showed me a good one there, that you can never, ever be prepared.
I think that answers a question someone asked.
Yes, that's why I want to talk. Yes. There's never anything. You can never prepare yourself. So alhamdulillah. For my mother.
Had you ever?
Yes. I wasn't around. All I wanted her is to die in my presence.
I wanted to hold her. She was there for 3 months.
3 months.
And then I called her. I said, you have abandoned your husband for 3 months. Please come and look at him, even if it is for 1 week. Then you go back.
I left.
She left?
The following. And when I was going, she was showing me something. So they have come to collect the soul. But, they can see. She was showing me. I didn't see. But honestly, I have, up to date, I still feel that pain. I wish I was there. So you never, ever get yourself ready. And please, if we find ourselves in that situation, the only thing we can do is to pray. Pray for the departed and pray for us who are leaving, because we want them to be in a good place. And Allah ya sa wanda suka rasu, Allah ya ji kansu, may their soul rest in peace. Allah ya sa mu kuma mu cika da rai da. Kuma thank you, Your Excellency, for giving us this opportunity to talk about this thing. It's very painful. Nigerians were very good in avoiding issues like this. We hardly talk about grief because ai rasuwa ne kwana ya kare sai ku yi hakuri.
That's why we're hustle. That's why we're always angry.
Yeah.
We're always angry. We have this
emotional upside down. You see me today, I'm smiling. Tomorrow I can be.
Yeah, then you have course by the side. Betrayal.
Natasha, this is directed at you. So,
one house.
I'm so sorry, it just stuck with me. So you said you hid it from your mom for 3 months about your brother's death. And when she found out, how did you feel? Like, does it still eat you up that you didn't tell her? Or do you think you did right by her by not telling her? Is that what you used as like, to forget the betrayal or what?
Honestly, you see, we stayed then in UK for 3 months, and that 3 months is enough punishment. Your brother is dead, and you're pretending everything is okay. And then, you call home, ya jikin ya Abakar, and then everybody will be looking at each other. That's how we are all lying. We lied, we connived, we betrayed, And when she came back, she fell apart. That was the beginning. She fell apart. And honestly, we never forgive, especially me, because I was the person they called.
I believe you could have lied.
Hey, madam, no belief there.
No, but like depending, I think.
Can I just say quickly? I think it still goes down to what I said earlier about perspective. I know maybe you feel like.
Can you pass the mic to him, please?
You betrayed her at that point, but I'm going to put it for you in another perspective so that you'd see it differently. Maybe you'd forgive yourself.
Thank you.
The thing is, no, I'm not manipulating.
She betrayed her. We are in support that she betrayed her.
I think for me, at that point, what was important is the intention. You kept it for her because you believed she was sick and that information would have done bad to her. So you did not intend to betray her. It was not intentional. I believe that you were trying to look out for her at that point. Maybe the duration of time, 3 months, is too much. Maybe while she was feeling better, you should have said to her. But at that point, while you people are traveling, she might even say she's not going again or insist on coming back or something like that. So for me, the intention was not to betray her. It's a thing of perspective. You tried to protect her. Yes, exactly. It's a precaution that you tried to take. But then for her, it will be betrayal. Well, they used to say the mind is a flexible mindset. If you adjust it, you would see things differently. So probably when you're telling her, you'd explain to her that it's not that we tried to keep it away from you. We're trying to look out for you because you're sick and that information might have done bad to you at that moment.
And don't take the word betrayal out of your place for her to get good treatment. Was to take her abroad.
Yeah.
And alhamdulillah, she recovered from her stroke.
See, Aisha, you still betray her. Anyway, we all understand what you're saying, but joke apart, she was ill, and sometimes, either you like it or not, there are some things that you have to hide. There are some things that you can't help but hide it. You can't just come and tell someone at a condition, this is it, this is it. So it depends on how you look at it or how that person feels. That's what I'm talking. Earlier on, I said something about betrayal. I talked about it depends on how you discuss it or how you see it or how you define your betrayal to someone. I think I mentioned it earlier on. You might discuss with someone, your friend have another friend, that friend has another friend, your closest person. So we're talking about things, for example now, after we have finished teasing her as a betrayer, to them they didn't betray her, they feel they were protecting her. To her, they betray her. So that's what I'm talking about. In betrayal, it depends on, I mentioned earlier on that you betray someone or someone betrayed you. And the most painful betrayal is for someone that you trust. That's the most painful one. You feel you trust that person supposed to be loyal to you, or not loyal, man. You're supposed to feel safe with that person. You feel that person is the one that's supposed to protect you, and that person will go and leak your secret. You know, we women, we like talking.
Now it's also with the men.
No, I'm just trying to say we like talking. I'm talking about women, we talk. Men talk as well. Mm-hmm.
You guys have to talk.
I think it is mostly caused now by materialistic things.
I'm not the one talking.
Yeah. It is mostly caused by materialistic things, because I have an example. I know of someone who ran for a political position and won, but had problems with his school credentials. The person that snitched him out was his own blood younger brother that snitched him out. They paid him money to go and to the court and testify that, okay, this person had problems with his school credentials, he had problems with his WAEC, all these things. They paid him a lot of money that he could ask his brother to give him, but he didn't ask the brother, oh, give me money, or I'll just go out and snitch on you. So I feel like it's mostly caused now by materialistic things. That's all.
To make people betray other people. But for me, betrayal, like we said about grief, is just another process in life. You would be betrayed regardless. It builds your character, basically. So you would have people, family, that will betray you. But like Mumi said, it's something little. Betrayal doesn't have to be that big. It can be a thing, it depends on your relationship with somebody. Like, I tell you things and I never expect you to say it to somebody else. So the moment you do it, it will be betrayal to me. You understand? So it can be very little. But what I always try to tell people, like dealing with things like betrayal, is just simply do not expect too much from anybody. That is one. Secondly, do not put anything beyond anybody. Because no matter what you think about somebody or how close that person is to you, I always used to say that I know that one day being nonchalant will have its advantage. Just like me, I'm a very nonchalant person. I don't really put so much effort to things because I don't want it to be up to a point that I depend on somebody for certain things. Like, that is when you begin to feel betrayed, when you depend on people for confidentiality, when you depend on people to do some things for you, and the moment they don't do it, you feel betrayed. For example, and also, I always say it's a thing of perspective. What will be betrayal to you might not be betrayal to another person. So the person giving it and the person taking it is different. So you always have to converse with somebody. Like the situation is a very good example. It's a thing of perspective at the end of the day. They do not think that they betrayed her, but she thinks she's betrayed. So at the end of the day is, if you feel that people, the moment betrayal comes into a conversation, you get out of anger, I'm never going to speak to this person in my life again, and he's out of it. But like, you have to consider what was before now. Like, you built a very long, you can have a relationship with somebody 20 years, and the moment something little happens, oh, kache, what tachi, yachi. Then you now come and start, okay, but then I'm not going to have the conversation. And
Okay, can I ask you a question? For example now, Uzaifa is your friend, and you have a girlfriend, and then Uzaifa should go behind your back and start going after that girl. What do you call that?
It is betrayal, but before I conclude that it is betrayal, I'm very confrontational person. I'll call him, Uzefa Alpha, what is the problem?
And if both of them are denying,
Yes.
denying that they are seeing each other behind their back.
Yeah. then that is betrayal. But what I'm saying is, up till the point that you conclude that you've been betrayed, I think you should engage people simply. Because you take some things may seem somehow before you have a conversation with. That is where we get it all wrong a lot of times. You can just simply talk to the person, what was the reason for this? And probably by the time you speak with the person, you would have that clarity and understanding. Somebody might be in a very tight situation that they are forced to betray you. It's either one or another. I have to save myself or take you. But if you would say, yes, you threw me under the bus, you betrayed me. But in reality, if you put yourself in the situation, you would quickly do the same thing.
But how do you handle that kind of situation?
Then you don't be a hypocrite. You tell yourself the truth. If it was me, I would throw you under the bus.
Yeah,
so now it is.
Under the bus, but the person that threw you under the bus, how would you deal with the person after that?
It's feelings.
You say that
Your relationship will never be.
No, I'm not. I'm just
No,
saying,
you see, this is a topic I want the girls to answer.
yes.
I was always like, somebody have broken your heart.
And they take betrayal very personal. Like, that is.
Give her the mic, give her the mic. Oh yeah, answer it.
I don't want to cry again.
So she doesn't want to cry again.